Good evening. Welcome to my channel Akool Saral Jyotish Astrology Simplified. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher, philosopher, and astrology teacher. Today I have come up with yet another very interesting topic. Whether you have the yoga for marriage. If the combination or yoga doesn't exist in your horoscope, marriage is not going to take place in your life. There will be no marriage. If your horoscope miss the promise, or if your horoscope do not have the promise of marriage, you are not going to be married throughout your life. Most of the people, those particularly whose marriage are going delayed, they keep on asking the astrologer whether they have the promise for marriage in their horoscope, or their parents whose children's marriage is going delayed. They also ask the astrologer whether there is promise of marriage in the horoscope of their children. So it is a very interesting topic. Mostly people ask, and astrologer and the astrologers have to meet the query by examining the horoscope. So today I will be discussing whether you have the yoga for marriage in your horoscope or not, and how to see it. If you once know how to see the yoga of marriage in the horoscope, once you learn it properly, you would be able to predict also. You would be able to tell others whether they have combination for marriage in their horoscope or not. Because without combination, marriage will not take place. So let us begin. It is going to be a very useful session. Please keep watching the video until the end, otherwise you will not understand. It is an educational video, an astrological educational channel. My channel, Akool Saral Jyotish YouTube channel, is an astrological educational channel. Let us begin. Marriage is one of the important events in our lives. It is the marriage that endows us with our future generations through procreation. While a bad marriage can destroy the lives of many, a good marriage can also positively transform the lives of many in a family. So please tune into this astrological learning video on marriage yoga and the promise of marriage until the end. I have already requested all of you to stay tuned to the video until the end to know the astrological yoga about marriage. Marriage can only take place if there is marriage yoga in our horoscope, otherwise not. Let us now discuss the various astrological combinations and yogas that ensure marriage in our lives. Any of the following combinations assures marriage. Any of the following combinations assure marriage. Marriage is assured if the seventh house and the seventh lord of the birth chart are unafflicted, in the birth chart. In the birth chart, because we will be discussing two charts. One is birth chart, another is Navamsha chart, D9. D1 and D9 we are going to discuss. So I have become very specific. Marriage is assured if the seventh house and the seventh lord are unafflicted in the birth chart. Second combination, marriage is assured if the lagna, the second house and the seventh house of the Navamsha chart, means D9, have benefic connections. The benefics are the natural benefics like the moon, Mercury, Jupiter and Venus and their respective house lords. For example, for second house, even if Saturn is the second lord, it is okay. It is benefic for the second house. For lagna, if Mars is the lagna lord, Mars is the benefic for the lagna. If Sun is the seventh lord in a horoscope, then Sun is a benefic for the seventh house, including the natural benefic, the moon, Mercury, Jupiter and Venus. House lords are always benefic. House lords are always benefic for the houses, for that particular house. For that particular house to which a planet is the house lord. Be it Mars, Saturn, Sun, whosoever may be. So, you have to keep all those things in mind. I will keep on reminding you also when I will go on analyzing the horoscope. I will keep on reminding. Marriage is assured if the birth lagna lord and the seventh lord are in Kendras or Trikonos or in the 311 axis in the Navamsha. From where? That you have to remember. From where? From the birth lagna and from their respective sign of placement in the birth chart. Do you want demonstration? Okay, I am showing. See, it is a horoscope. It is a horoscope in south style in front of you, isn't it? Who is the lagna lord? It is a south style horoscope. I always use. So, who is the lagna lord? Lagna is Cancer. So, lagna lord is moon, isn't it? Where is moon? Moon is in Capricorn. You have to keep it in mind. Who is the seventh lord? Seventh lord in this horoscope is Saturn. For Capricorn, the seventh lord is Saturn. Where is Saturn? Saturn is in Cancer. Now come to the Navamsha. Where is moon? Moon is in Aquarius. What was the moon means? Birth lagna lord. What was the birth lagna? Birth lagna was Cancer. So moon is in 8th house from Cancer lagna. It is not a good placement for moon. Moon is the lagna lord who is in Aquarius in Navamsha chart, and from birth lagna it has progressed to the 8th house Aquarius. It is not a good disposition for moon, and from its natal position where it was in the birth chart, it was in Capricorn. So from natal position it has moved to the second position. It is also not favorable because these are not Kendra Trikona or 311 position with reference to the birth lagna and their respective position in the birth chart, isn't it? So That thing I actually narrated. So now think about seventh lord. Who is the seventh lord in the birth chart? Saturn. So Saturn, where is Saturn? Saturn is in Cancer, where it has moved in the Navamsha chart. Saturn has moved to Capricorn. Saturn has moved to Capricorn in Navamsha as birth 7 Lord. As birth 7 Lord. So in the birth chart it was in Cancer. So from Cancer it has come to the 7th house, 7th position. 7th position is a Kendra position. It is favorable. From Lagna, birth Lagna is Cancer. From birth Lagna it has moved to the 7th house, which is also favorable because 7th house is a Kendra position. That I wanted to, that particular combination actually indicated in the horoscope. Now you will understand it. Marriage is assured. Whatever I have shown in the example horoscope, that thing I have written here. Marriage is assured if the birth Lagna Lord and the 7th Lord are in Kendras or Trikonos or in the 311 axis in the Navamsha from the birth Lagna and from their respective signs of placement in the birth chart. Venus is afflicted, Venus is unafflicted, both in the birth and the Navamsha chart. Venus should be unafflicted because Venus is the Karaka of marriage, natural Karaka of marriage. So Venus, if Venus is unafflicted in the birth chart and in the Navamsha chart, it is a very good feature of a horoscope for marriage. It will give you a good marriage life as well as a good marriage. If Venus is not afflicted in the birth chart and in the Navamsha chart. Jupiter is the Karaka of husband in a female horoscope and need not be afflicted. Jupiter also need not be afflicted in a female horoscope. Jupiter in the birth chart as well as in the Navamsha chart need not be afflicted in a female horoscope. Because Jupiter is the natural significator of husband in a female horoscope. So apart from these combinations, I will also discuss two more combinations. The Lagna of the Navamsha, I will show it on the chart. It is a Navamsha chart. See, please look at my cursor. It is a Navamsha chart. From here to here, it is a Navamsha chart. Lagna of the Navamsha shows your inclination towards marriage. If your Lagna is afflicted, it will show no inclination for marriage. Means then marriage will not take place. If you are not interested for marriage, marriage is not going to take place. If the Lagna Lord of the Navamsha is not afflicted, then it will fulfill your aspiration. It will keep you unmarried. It will fulfill your aspiration. Lagna Lord of the Navamsha is unafflicted and Lagna is afflicted. It will not give you marriage. It will fulfill your aspiration. But if the Lagna Lord is not afflicted, but Lagna is afflicted, then it will fulfill your aspiration. But if Lagna Lord is afflicted and Lagna is also afflicted, Lagna of the Navamsha, if afflicted, and the Lagna Lord of the Navamsha is also afflicted, then you will not have any inclination for marriage, but Lagna Lord would ensure that you are married, you get married, because it will not fulfill your aspiration. Lagna is aspiration. In this horoscope, see, in this particular horoscope, Lagna is aspected by Saturn. Lagna is Pisces. It is aspected by Saturn by his third aspect from Capricorn. Mars is in Leo by his eighth aspect. It is aspecting Lagna, Pisces Lagna. So the Lagna is heavily afflicted, doubly afflicted. It shows that the native may not have the inclination for marriage. Now see, if the Lagna is Pisces, what would be the seventh house? Seventh house will be Virgo. Whether Virgo is afflicted, seventh house of spouse, whether Virgo is afflicted, Virgo is not afflicted. Please look, Virgo is not afflicted. Who is the Lord of seventh house Virgo? It is Mercury. Mercury is with Venus. Please see here. Mercury is with Venus, so it is not afflicted. It is also aspected by Saturn by his 10th aspect from Capricorn. When Saturn is in Capricorn, it aspects Libra sign, and Mercury, the seventh lord, and Venus are in Libra sign. So it has been afflicting both Venus and Mercury. What will happen? It will have double effect. Means mixed result. Mixed result. If there is pressure, the native will marry. If there is no pressure, the native will not marry. So I just wanted to show you this combination in the horoscope. If the Lagna is afflicted, then you will not have any Lagna of the Navamsha. If afflicted, you would not have any desire for marriage. But if you don't have the desire for marriage, but Lagna Lord is also afflicted, it is the Lagna Lord is the executive. He will fulfill your aspiration. If Lagna Lord is unafflicted, it will not touch you. It will say, okay, if you don't have inclination for marriage, I am not going to give you marriage. But if Lagna Lord is afflicted and your Lagna is also afflicted, it will go against you. You will not have any aspiration for marriage, but Lagna Lord will ensure that you get married, because it will not fulfill your aspiration. Similarly, if your Lagna of the Navamsha, please make it, I am making it again specific. Lagna of the Navamsha, if unafflicted and you have a desire for marriage, and Lagna Lord is afflicted, it will not allow you to get married, because it will not fulfill your aspiration. These are simple points I wanted to bring. So we will be mainly discussing on the points in front of you. So any of the above combinations will give marriage. Keeping the above combinations in mind, let us examine the horoscopes of a married person and an unmarried person. First, we will be discussing the horoscope of a married person, and then we will be discussing the horoscope of an unmarried person. Isn't it? Please keep in mind, Lagna of the Navamsha is your wish for a marriage. Whether you have desire for a marriage. Lagna shows the desire. And seventh house is the house of your marriage, of your marital partner. So both things in the Navamsha we will be taking into account, including Venus and Jupiter. Horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi, a married woman. I have brought her horoscope because she is a known figure. And good astrologers always use the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi because it is very accurate horoscope. It is very popular in the astrological community. The horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi. It is a verified horoscope. And the horoscope of Independence Day of India. Two horoscopes. Good astrologer always rely upon. One is the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi, and the other is the horoscope of the Independence Day horoscope of India. Both are very accurate. You can bring them in research in both the horoscopes. So, it is the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi. What is Lagna? Lagna is Cancer. Please look at my cursor. Lagna is Cancer. Then if Lagna is Cancer, who will be the seventh lord? Saturn is the seventh lord. When Lagna is Cancer, Capricorn is the seventh house and Saturn is the seventh lord. Isn't it? So, who is there in Capricorn? The Moon. What is Moon? Moon is a natural benefic planet. Additionally, it is the Lagna lord of this horoscope. So it is doubly benefic. We will first see the seventh house, the condition of the seventh house. How far the seventh house is strong to give you marriage. How far the seventh house and the seventh lord is strong in the birth chart. It is the birth chart I am bringing. In the birth chart and the Navamsha chart to enable them to give you marriage. So, seventh house of Srimati Indira Gandhi is Capricorn, occupied by Moon. Moon is the Lagna lord and the natural benefic. Seventh house Capricorn is aspected by Jupiter from Taurus by his ninth aspect. Jupiter is also a natural benefic. Seventh house of marriage is aspected by Saturn, and Saturn is the house lord. And Saturn is the house lord. House lord is always benefic, be it Saturn, Mars, Sun, whatever may be. So Saturn is a benefic. Isn't it? So the seventh house is very good, very strong. It has two benefic influence of that of Moon and Jupiter. Secondly, it is being aspected by the house lord, seventh lord. So it is triply benefic. The house is very strong because of the two benefic aspect and one and other of the house lord. So it is a very benefic house. Marriage will definitely take place in our life. It is assured by the birth chart. Now see the condition of Venus. Venus is afflicted by Rahu. Venus is the Karaka of marriage, is afflicted by Rahu. Isn't it? Jupiter is the Karaka of husband in a female horoscope. Whether Jupiter is afflicted? No. Jupiter is not afflicted. Only Venus is afflicted. Jupiter is not afflicted. So the overall her birth horoscope keeps strong promise for marriage. Keeps strong promise. You can say very strong promise for marriage. Now we have to go to the Navamsha chart. So let us see Navamsha. After that I will narrate. Navamsha of Srimati Indira Gandhi. It is the Navamsha. It is the birth chart. It is the Navamsha chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi. Here her name is written. It is the Navamsha. Please look at my cursor. What we will examine? The Lagna and the seventh house. First, The Lagna I have already shown that Lagna is aspected by Saturn by his third aspect from Capricorn, and by Mars by his eighth aspect from Leo. So Lagna is heavily afflicted. Heavily afflicted. But Lagna Lord Jupiter is not afflicted. Lagna Lord Jupiter is not afflicted. Lagna, then please note it that the Lagna of the Navamsha of Srimati Indira Gandhi is heavily afflicted. Lagna is of primary consideration, and the seventh house. Then what is the seventh house? If Pisces is the Lagna, Virgo will be the seventh house. Whether Virgo is afflicted? No, it is not afflicted. Virgo is not afflicted. It is being aspected by Jupiter by his fifth aspect. Jupiter is in Taurus, and from Taurus, Jupiter has been aspecting the seventh house Virgo by his fifth aspect. So, Virgo is very strong. It doesn't have malefic aspect. Moreover, it is being aspected by the Jupiter, who is the Lagna Lord, who is unafflicted, who is the Karaka of husband in a female horoscope. So, seventh house has become very strong. Now, let us examine the condition of the seventh Lord. Seventh Lord is Mercury. Seventh Lord is Mercury. It is with Venus in Libra. Venus is a natural benefic planet. And for Virgo Lagna, for Virgo sign, Venus is the ninth Lord. So Venus is with a natural benefic planet. Mercury, the seventh Lord, is with the natural benefic planet Venus. It is but one damage is there, one dent is there. The dent has been done by Saturn. Saturn from Capricorn has been aspecting Mercury and Venus. It is a denting, not damage, dent. So it is there. Now see the condition of Venus. Venus has mixed. In the birth horoscope, Venus was afflicted by Rahu. But in the Navamsha horoscope, Venus has Mercury with it and aspected by Saturn. So Venus has improved its position from birth chart to Navamsha chart. So it will give a support, after support. For the event, it will give some support, not all support, some support. Now we have to see the condition of the Lagna Lord and seventh Lord. Birth Lagna Lord and seventh Lord. Who is the birth Lagna Lord in the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi? It is Moon. And who is the birth seventh Lord in the birth chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi? It is Saturn. Now let us examine the condition of Moon and Saturn in the Navamsha chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi. Moon has moved to the 8th house from the Cancer sign. It has moved to the 2nd house from its house of placement in birth chart. So none of the condition is good, is favorable. But 7th Lord is Saturn, who has come to Capricorn, the 7th house, birth 7th house, who has come to Capricorn, the birth 7th house, and is aspected by Jupiter. So Saturn is very strong. 7th Lord is very strong. Birth 7th Lord is very strong. And it is in a Kendra position from its placement in the birth chart as well as from the birth lagna. It is in the 7th house. So it is in a favorable condition. In the Navamsha chart, it has gone to the Capricorn sign, and now see If you in the birth chart, if you bring Saturn in Capricorn, it will be in the 7th house from the ascendant in Cancer, and it will be in the 7th house from the birth Saturn in Cancer. Both the positions are Kendra positions. So let us go back to narration part. In her birth chart, the 7th house of marriage is Capricorn, occupied by the natural benefic, the moon, and aspected by the natural benefic Jupiter and the house lord Saturn. House lord is always auspicious. And the house lord Saturn. As such, there is no affliction to the 7th house, which is an assurance of marriage in the horoscope of Srimati Indira Gandhi. However, Venus is afflicted in her birth chart by Rahu. You see, it is the birth chart, it is the birth chart, it is the birth chart. Venus is afflicted by Rahu, since Venus is with Rahu. Navamsha chart of Srimati Indira Gandhi. Navamsha, D9. It is the Navamsha, please look. Navamsha. We have already examined the Navamsha. Now I will narrate. In her Navamsha chart, Pisces is the Lagna and is afflicted by Saturn and Mars, which is a negative combination for marriage. However, Jupiter, the Lagna Lord, is unafflicted. The 7th house is Virga and unafflicted, indicating marriage. Mercury, who is the 7th Lord, is with the natural benefic Venus, who is also the Karaka of marriage, natural Karaka of marriage, but afflicted by Saturn, indicating a mixed promise for marriage. The birth Lagna Lord, the moon, is in Aquarius, in Navamsha. We have already seen it. I have shown it in the horoscope. The birth Lagna Lord, the moon, is in Aquarius, in Navamsha, afflicted by Mars, and is ill placed in the 8th house from birth Lagna and the natal position of the moon. The combination is not favorable for marriage. But 7th Lord, whatever 7th Lord will, his say will prevail. The say of the 7th Lord will prevail, because 7th house is the house of marriage. The birth 7th Lord, Saturn, is in Capricorn, in Navamsha, and is unafflicted. It is in Kendra positions from the birth Lagna, Cancer, the birth 7th house. It is in Kendra position from the birth Lagna, the birth 7th house, and from its position in birth chart, indicating marriage. Saturn is also in Trikuna 5th house from the 7th house, and is in the 11th house of gain from the Lagna of Navamsha. It is a guaranteed assurance for marriage by Saturn, who is the 7th Lord of marriage in the birth chart. In the birth chart is the main chart, birth chart. Which planets helped her in her marriage? Which planets helped Srimati Indira Gandhi in her marriage? Saturn, the 7th Lord of marriage of the birth chart, and to some extent Jupiter, the natural significator of husband in a female's horoscope. Since Saturn, the slow-moving planet, was instrumental in getting her married, as a result, her marriage got a bit delayed. She married at the age of 24 in 1942. Remember, in 1942, long back. She married at the age of 24 in 1942, when marrying a female at the age of 24 was considered a late marriage. In 1942, it was considered to be a late marriage for female because they used to get married by 18, 17, 16 like that. In 1942, I am talking about, not now. So it was a bit delayed marriage because Saturn is a slow moving planet. Saturn will give you the event, but a bit slow, a bit lately. And so, could you understand whatever I have taught? I will repeat the combinations before finishing, before concluding this presentation. I will again repeat the combinations of marriage before concluding this presentation. Now I have brought a horoscope of an unmarried person. Horoscope of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was unmarried. See, in his horoscope, Lagna is Scorpio. Please look at my cursor. Lagna is Scorpio and 7th house is Taurus. Then who is the lord of the 7th house? Venus. Venus is in the Lagna, and Moon, who is the 9th lord and a natural benefic, has been aspecting the 7th house. So 7th house is very strong. It should have given him marriage, but it didn't give. The fact is that he was unmarried. He is no more, and the fact is that he was unmarried. Ground relative was that he was unmarried. Why? I will show you. I will show you a very interesting thing. So far, I think many of you don't know about this thing, Pap Kartari Yuga. I will show there is Pap Kartari Yuga along our 7th house of marriage. How? I will show. Where Saturn is in Libra. Saturn, a Papi Graha, not Saturn, natural malefic. Saturn is in Libra. From Libra, it has been aspecting Aries. What is Aries? The sign preceding to the 7th house Taurus. When there is a malefic aspect on the 7th house, on the 6th house, it is the 6th house. For Scorpio ascendant, Aries is the 6th house. So Saturn has been aspecting Aries, which is the previous sign, then the 7th house, Taurus. So the previous sign is afflicted, isn't it? Mars is in Pisces. Mars by his 4th aspect has been aspecting Gemini. What is Gemini? The one sign succeeding the 7th house, Taurus. Means one house ahead now. When Taurus is the 7th house, then the preceding house will be Aries, which is the aspect of Saturn, and when 7th house is Taurus, the succeeding house will be Gemini, isn't it? Which is being aspected by Mars, who is also a hardcore malefic. So the 7th house has come in between the aspect of two natural malefic, Saturn and Mars. So it is in exceptual Pap Kartari. It has become hemmed between two malefic aspects. What is Pap Kartari? When you are hemmed in between malefic, it is not physical, no physical malefic are present in the previous sign to Taurus or in the succeeding sign to Taurus, but it has aspect of two strong malefic. So it is also a Pap Kartari. Many astrologer doesn't know, many astrological teacher doesn't know, they cannot tell all those things. I know, so I have rebuilt. It is a Pap Kartari, tantamount to Pap Kartari. But what is Pap Kartari? Pap Kartari is outside interference. outside interference. Due to outside circumstances, you will be avoiding something. So, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji avoided getting married because of some outside influence. Outside influence, he was a activist in Janasangha or VHP. Perhaps that due to that he avoided marrying. I don't know. I am just guessing. Perhaps due to something happened with him, he avoided marriage. But that is outside pressure, outside influence. Because he has promise of marriage. 7th house is very strong in the birth chart. It is being aspected by two natural benefits, including the house lord Venus. Including the house lord Venus. So it is a very strong house, 7th house. But there are exceptional Pap Kartari along the 7th house. So there was a compelling circumstances. That is why he abstained from getting married. There was some compulsion on him, imposed. It is imposed. Imposed compulsion. So, and we have forgotten to analyze. Venus, the Karaka of marriage, is not afflicted. Venus, the Karaka of marriage, is not afflicted. So, the birth horoscope actually doesn't deny marriage to Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. But the ground reality was that he was unmarried. Pap Kartari shows, Pap Kartari that I have shown you, many astrologers would not able to tell. I say it with full responsibility. Many astrologers will get confused by seeing his birth horoscope why he was not married and would not able to explain the reason behind of his not married. As I have explained, it was due to Pap Kartari. What is Pap Kartari? It is an interruption. It is an interruption. It is a blockade. It is a blockade. It is an obstruction. Where from obstruction will come? Outside obstruction. Something happened with him that we don't know. So he abstained from getting married. Let me now narrate. In his birth chart with Scorpio Lagna, neither the Lagna, Scorpio, and the 7th Lord Mars, nor the 7th house Taurus, and the 7th Lord Venus are afflicted. Nothing is afflicted. In his birth chart, Scorpio Lagna is not afflicted, neither the Lagna, Scorpio is afflicted, or the Lagna Lord Mars is afflicted, or the 7th house Taurus is afflicted. No affliction. There could be no chance of denial of marriage. And the 7th Lord Venus none of them are afflicted. Indicating marriage. It indicates marriage. However, the 7th house Taurus is in exceptual Pap Kartari, since Saturn from Libra has been aspecting the previous sign Aries from the 7th house Taurus and Mars from Pisces by his 4th aspect has been aspecting Gemini, which is the succeeding sign from the 7th house Taurus, thereby causing exceptual Pap Kartari to the 7th house of marriage of Taurus, indicating interruption in his marriage due to outside influence. Pap Kartari, the obstruction bring by the Pap Kartari Jugo is always outside. It will be always outside. You will be made compelled to abstain from doing something. For example, a boy want to study, but somebody started playing sound box near him. How he will read, how he will learn. These are all Pap Kartari type problem. Some of his neighbors started playing sound box. DG or DJ, playing DJ at full sound, and the boy has a set to read in his study table, but he is being disturbed from outside by his neighbor, for example, by playing a drum set or DJ set or something make very violent sound. How will he read? He wants to read, but he will not able to read. He wants to study, but he will not able to study because of that nonsense sound. So it is Pap Katari, outside influence. Navamsha Chart D9 of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was unmarried. Here there is problem I have seen. See, the Lagna of the birth chart, Navamsha chart is Capricorn, occupied by Rahu. Is a Papi Graha, is a malefic, and seventh house Cancer is occupied by Ketu. Ketu is more dangerous than Rahu in the matter of marriage and materialistic achievement. Ketu is there in the seventh house. It will not allow you to get married. First, we have seen that Pap Kartari, the outside influence. Second, there is Ketu in the seventh house. It will not allow you to get married. So, who is the seventh lord? Who is the Lagna lord? So, he doesn't have wish also. He doesn't have wish of the marriage also. Since Lagna is afflicted, he doesn't have wish to get married. Wish will diminish in course of time. Initially, he might have some interest to get married, or his family members wanted him to get married. But afterward, it faded out. He didn't want to marry. Rahu is there, the Lagna is afflicted, no desire. Seventh house is afflicted by Ketu. He will not get proper partner to marry. Because seventh house is of partner's house, marital partner's house. He will not get proper partner for marriage at the right age, at the appropriate age. So marriage is denied. It is a very big affliction. Affliction to the Lagna and seventh house of normally denies marriage. Usually denies marriage. It is very difficult because there is no benefic influence also. Had there been any benefic influence, there would have been mild chance of getting married. But it is not. It is a denial. So, sorry. Let me narrate. In his Navamsha chart D9, the Lagna is Capricorn with Rahu therein, and the seventh house is Cancer with Ketu therein, without any benefic influence, strongly indicating denial of marriage. As such, his marriage was denied due to Ketu in the seventh house of marriage in Navamsha D9 and Pap Kartari Juga along the seventh house of his birth chart. So, the seventh house of the birth chart and the Navamsha chart were responsible for the denial of his marriage. Seventh house was in Pap Kartari in birth chart, and in Navamsha chart, the seventh house is afflicted by Ketu. So, as such, his marriage was denied due to Ketu in the seventh house of marriage in Navamsha D9 and Pap Kartari Juga along the seventh house of his birth chart. So the seventh house of birth chart and the Navamsha chart were responsible for the denial of his marriage. The seventh house is the Karaka house of marriage, and its affliction is not at all desirable for marriage. Seventh house need not to be afflicted. Even if it is afflicted, there should be some benefic connection. So seventh house, if afflicted, only affliction, only under the occupation of natural malefics, it will be difficult to give marriage. Marriage will not take place. Seventh house, both in the birth chart and in the Navamsha chart, denied. So marriage was denied. I have shown. Let us capsulate the combination. I want that my dear viewers must get themselves refreshed about the combinations. First combination I shall read out. Marriage is assured if the seventh house and the seventh lord of the birth chart are unafflicted in the birth chart. First combination. Marriage is assured if the lagna and the second house and the seventh house. Marriage is assured if the lagna, the second house and the seventh house of Navamsha chart have benefic connections. The benefics are the natural benefics like the moon, Mercury, Jupiter and Venus and their respective house lords. House lords are always benefic for that particular house. Seventh lord is always benefic for the seventh house, be it Mars, Saturn, Sun, whosoever may be. He will be the benefit. Apart from that natural benefics, moon, Mercury, Jupiter and Venus. Marriage is assured if the birth lagna lord and the seventh lord are in Kendras or Trikonas or in the 311 axis in the Navamsha from the birth lagna and from their respective signs of placement in the birth chart. I have already shown you. Venus is unafflicted both in the birth and the Navamsha charts, assures marriage. Jupiter is the Karaka of the husband in a female horoscope and need not be afflicted. These are the simple combinations you have to remember. And still, if you have any doubt, please comment. If you could not understand it, you revisit the video, give pause, jot down. I have narrated also. My voice is there. If I have already explained everything verbally, and written statement is already there. So if you revisit the video, you will be able to learn what are the yoga for marriage and how marriage is denied, when marriage is likely to be denied and when marriage is likely to take place. Both things you will be able to learn from this video. Because I have explained, I have given written statement, everything is side by side. My video is very clear. Anybody can learn from such type of videos. I am not only describing, I am showing in writing. Whatever I am telling, whatever I am delivering, that is there in the written form also. So I have tried to explain everything to the best of my ability. Still, if you have any doubt, please comment me. I will try to clear the doubt. Please comment me. There is nothing to be worried. And if you want that this video should be, one more video on this subject has to be brought by me, please give a request. Please give a request. I will bring another video depending on the number of requests. In some other form I will bring, but it is exclusive. It is exclusive. And that much of knowledge is enough to predict whether a person will get married or not. This much knowledge is enough. Sorry. So let us call it a day. I wish everybody, I convey my thanks to all of you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. If you have liked the video, I forget always to tell this thing. If you have liked the video, please give a liking. If you want to have such kind of video in future, please subscribe to the channel. Your subscription will matter. Please subscribe to the channel. It will motivate me to bring such video. If you have any doubt or if you want to seek any clarification in the context of this video, please comment. So thanks.